Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's Wednesday night.
Woo-woo!
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 85, we find out why drinking is the best pastime, why Starbucks is too damn expensive. All is quiet on the Western Front in this week's movie review, plus much more. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by my main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes coming to you. The original Waffle Box. You accept no substitutions because it is the best part of Wednesdays. Mr. Mike Fish, I'm having a really good day. How is your post-Valentine's, post-Super Bowl shenanigans, man?
How is my post-Super Bowl shenanigans, you may ask? Oh, my word.
Did your team win, sir?
In a way, yes, it did. Those damn Philadelphia Seagulls. The referee called it. Our team
there questions
broke
about the referee?
rules. Oh, it's pathetic. Pathetic. You knew when the head coach was crying during the national anthem, it was a bad omen.
I didn't see that either. Oh, wow. So I watched the game. I watched the game in its entirety. I missed the anthem. I haven't been following up on Twitter, NFL Twitter, like the referee screwed us again, bro. I haven't been following any of that, but it was a tight game, dude. Like each team just kept answering each other's score, and finally just needed that one fumble, that one recovery, that one interception, and finally that one field goal.
Tell you what, it was a hell of a game, I will say. And if I was an Eagles fan, I would be very upset. But, it is what it is. Kadarius Toney with the longest punt return in Super Bowl history. Agent Tony, right? Once a giant, always a giant. Thank you, my man. And then James Bradbury causing that flag in the last 2 minutes. Once a giant, always a giant. Joe Shane, head coach or general manager of the New York Giants, knew what he was doing when he cut those guys. He knew where they were going. He knew they were going to help him out and cost the Eagles the Super Bowl.
I mean, I tell you, it had been such an offensive game on both sides that even with 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter, it's like the Eagles could still pull this out, honestly, man. Like they've been getting past all the heavy hitters. Like there's a reason why it was, what was it, 37-34 or something? I know it was a 3-point difference,
38,
but it was up there.
If I remember correctly.
Okay.
It's been a couple of days.
Won't debate you, but yeah, man, like I was just like, these guys still have 8 seconds to pull this out, and then they ultimately just sat on the ball. It's like, well, that's sad. However, congratulations, Kansas City Chiefs. You have avenged your San Francisco 49er cousins.
What did you think of the halftime show?
I liked it. Not the best halftime show, but like I was getting vertigo when Rihanna was on those platforms up in the section 300s. Like, again, it's an indoor stadium, but still, just the right gust of wind could have knocked our favorite international R&B pop star off, and that would have been a bad day at the office, sir.
But I will say that one thing, because some people will be like, it wasn't the best halftime show, yada, yada, yada. But I will say, shout out to Rihanna, because for one brief moment, America was united as one when she stepped onto that stage. Over 100 million people across this land as one leaned in and were like, she pregnant. I think she's pregnant.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even have these stupid glasses on, and I was totally oblivious to that. Like I knew she was she was just wearing a big ass baggy red jumpsuit, and I figured maybe she's covering the harness that's protecting her from falling off that high platform. But yeah, and literally until I saw a tweet about it 2 hours after the event was over, I was like, oh, I guess she was showing a baby bump there. Like, it wasn't even on my mind. I was just like, yeah, I'm just enjoying the show, man. Like, just like she's just dropping all the bangers. You know, like, Rihanna, great.
She wasn't moving much. There wasn't much choreography, but when you realize she was heavily pregnant, kind of makes sense. For a pregnant woman, she did very well with the moves. I thought. Shout out to Rihanna.
I don't know what kind of performer Rihanna is. I know I've heard all her radio hits. Yeah. I've seen some of her videos, but I don't know her to be like a dancer or anything. So when I saw the 100 Stay Puft Marshmallow Men out there all doing their thing, I was like, no, this is still a well put together show. You know, like
I've heard one theory
just there to be the singer and look pretty.
I've heard one theory that the bouncing white guys, it was supposed to be like symbolism, and they were sperm.
It makes total sense. In hindsight, now knowing what we know, yeah, I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, because there's a sexual thing where there's like some gyrating and just like
gyrating on this,
made Mama Hayes go like, what is this going on here? I was like, shut up, old lady, you don't know what you're watching. But there's I was like, oh, again, in hindsight, I was like, oh, okay. She's pregnant.
If that was the case, do you reckon ASAP Rocky was watching the halftime show going, those are my giant sperm?
Is that supposed to be her man? Congratulations, ASAP Rocky. You knocked up a billionaire. Good for you, buddy.
Good for you.
Remember that Dave Chappelle skit about knocking up Oprah? He's living that one right now.
Living a dream, baby.
Good for you, ASAP Rocky.
And suck it up, Eagles fans.
It's a good loss, guys. You have bigger things to be ashamed of.
That wasn't holding, even though James Bradbury himself said, yeah, I held him. Stop bitching. Whatever.
The fans will believe what they want to believe.
Anyway, we have got some helpful hints for our Syrup Squad, our great listeners, our great viewers, if you are watching the YouTube version, because obviously it's Super Bowl weekend. I'm pretty sure many people not only ate too much, but maybe sunk a few too many back. So you may be thinking, coming out of this, oh my God, you know what? I need to calm down. You know, my liver is crying out for help. I need to stop drinking for a little while. But what do I do? What do I do other than drink? Well, I have some help for you. So, backstory. So me and the wife, we were kind of, looking for some things to do. My wife. And I was like, other than going out to bars, which are fun, what else can we do? Like bowling, I guess we can do. There's other things you can do. So I was like, you know what? I will consult the internet. So I went onto Google and I said, things to do that don't involve drinking. And I came across this list. And it was possibly, we're only, February 15th. But it was possibly 15th. The funniest thing I have read all year so far. This is like the peak already. So this article, so I know you like to, to give quotes. So this is from Piedmont, PIEDMONT.org. There's no date and no author for this, and it makes sense. I wouldn't put my name to this.
It's just a list. It's just a list. Yeah.
But based on the contents of the list, I'm assuming this was released around New Year-ish, right? Okay. So
or
the
St.
article
Patrick's
starts,
Day or Cinco de Mayo or whatever.
Well, the article starts, want to drink less or not at all in the new year? So I'm assuming around the end of the year in New Year, right? Boredom can be a surprising culprit behind drinking habits. Here are some ideas for alternative activities next time you're thinking about pouring yourself a glass. Now, before I dive into this list, for the sake of time, I'm not going to read all 50. But
thank you.
The key here is boredom can be a surprising culprit behind drinking habits. So you're about going into this list, you think, oh my God, yes, maybe I do drink more when I'm bored. So give me this list, baby. Give me those 50 things that are going to spark my interest and send me into overjoy.
I will say when I do my like 30-month sobriety kick just to clean myself out.
30 months?
Boredom is the 30 days.
I was going to say, Jesus Christ.
30 days. 30 days, nothing crazy, man, but like, yeah, boredom is like the biggest problem I have. Like, despite how much weed I still smoke, it's boredom. Boredom is the biggest culprit. Like, goddamn, I'm so bored right now. It's weird, no matter what I'm doing. Two, whatever you have on this list and whatever the other 45 topics are, I'll find a way to drink at all of those fucking things. So, Mike Fish, without any further interruption.
Let's do this, bear boy. So, the first couple of things. So, for example, ride a bicycle. Go for a walk. Exercise is good, Exercise, drinking bad, exercise good. Read a book. Sure, okay. Then already you can find these authors like, I don't know, I really like a drink. I'm already running out of ideas here. Next one on the list. Try a non-alcoholic drink. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Well, wait. Are you talking about just like a crayon apple juice or like that Heineken 0.0 bullshit?
Do you know what?
I ain't drinking that.
I will give a quick shout out to Heineken 0.0 or Heineken 0, whatever it's called, because I went out for I think it's a Friendsgiving back in 2022, way back in 2022, and I was a DD, but admit I do like beer, and I'm not just because I want to get buzzed, but I do genuinely. I'm one of those weirdos that actually enjoy the taste of beer.
I appreciate.
So I thought, you know what? I don't want to drink soda all night because it's just going to be miserable while everyone else is drinking. So I thought, I'll try. So I bought a 6-pack of Heineken Zeros. It's not exactly the same, but I'll tell you what, it's not a bad beverage. It's not a bad beverage.
Does it taste like regular Heineken though?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
I was very skeptical, but yeah, shout out to those Dutch crazy bastards. They can make a non-alcoholic drink as well. So yeah, try a non-alcoholic drink instead of drinking alcohol. Who would have thought of that? Next one, organize old photos. Sure, why not?
Sure, of course.
Volunteer in your community.
I mean, I'll be the drunkest volunteer in my community. Like, I'm gonna put up those lights. Someone give me a ladder. I got this.
This is when tears started rolling down my cheek. The next one. Write a kind thank you note.
I mean, you can. Sure.
And then it starts getting into things you should be doing anyway, whether you're drinking or not. Cook dinner. Like, you should. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Play a game with your child. Like, yeah, stop neglecting your children, you alcoholic.
Wow.
Play with your kids.
What's really infuriating is someone actually got paid like $20 to write this article or put this list together, and you could swap things to do without drinking for like anything else, like things to do other than drive a car, things to do other than your taxes, things to do other
Look
than
out the window.
Bodily harm. Like.
Call an elderly relative.
Oh.
To be fair, if I'm calling an elderly relative, I don't know about your family, but drinking helps when doing that. Brew a pot of tea.
Of course.
Update or polish your resume.
Probably better to do that one sober, honestly. Like, otherwise you'd be like, I'm the champion of meteors.
Yeah. I invented dinosaurs. And then the last two I'll mention is, again, this is, I think we've mentioned this kind of thing before. Whenever someone has like a list to write, they obviously think of the headline first, 50 things to do. And after a while, they're like, I'm really struggling to get to 50 here. Because the last two I'm going to mention is, again, remember, people, the whole point of this article is to stop you from getting bored so you turn to drink. These are things that are not going to make you bored. Take a nap.
All right, I guess.
Oh, so you wanna crack a beer open at 4 p.m.? Have a nap instead.
I mean, not wrong.
And then remember, so take a nap was one of their suggestions. Their next suggestion: have an early night and head to bed. It's the same fucking thing. You can't say, why don't you take a nap or go to bed?
The same thing.
I guess it's like, so they're struggling to come up with 50. So it's like 49, sleep on the couch. 50, sleep in your bed. Sleep in your car. Like you can't do super things. Take a bath. Take a shower. Wash your face in the sink instead of drinking. You'll feel much better for yourself. There you go.
Yeah. Again,
I hope that helped.
This, you can put this list together with anything. Things to do other than cooking meth. Things to do other than stalking your neighbor's mailbox. Things to do other than kicking a puppy. Like, again.
Are you bored and thinking about doing some arson? Here's 50 fun things you could do instead of burning your neighbor's house down. Why don't you bite your nails?
Your resume is probably best done sober. Why don't you bite your nails? Was that on the list, or did you just throw that one on there?
No, that was a bonus one for me. From me, that was
51 now. Now we got 51. Bite your fingernails.
But don't dip them in alcohol first. I know that trick.
Oh?
I don't know. I'll just make that up. This is a farce of a list. Farce. I say farce.
But that was some sort of like British remedy to keep kids from biting their fingernails. Oh, it tastes like peroxide. I know.
No, that's a. I'm sure it's not just British, but I'm sure it's for babies with toothache. Rub a little whiskey or something.
Oh, we're talking about two different things, but okay.
Yeah, no. So they reckon rubbing whiskey on the gums of the child helps them with teething because it numbs the pain. It just gets them buzzed for a bit.
That's definitely a European thing. Americans used to do that, but then like, what if they judge us giving alcohol to the baby?
Well, don't do it in public.
Americans aren't doing that anymore. That's where I'm drinking right now, Mike Fish.
At the bar. Yeah, I'll take a vodka on the rocks and one for the kid.
It's a restaurant before 9 p.m., Mike Fish. You shut up. Me and 3 other dads are here. We got our strollers off in the corner. They're not in the way. You shut up.
Why are there 3 dads and 1 child? I haven't worked out which one it is yet. Stop judging me. Where's my vodka? Mommy's had a hard day. Anyway.
Well, I guess mom could be there too. I was just talking about, like, I'm a guy, so I was like, it's a guy.
It's a guy's day. We're having a boys' night, but me and the kids. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Watching the game.
Me and the other 3 dads. We're just here to watch the Giants and the Phillies.
2 different sports there, but I know where he's going with that.
I mean,
I guess Giants and Phillies, I guess, are both baseball teams as well, right? San Francisco and the Philadelphia Phillies. I thought he was going for anyway. It doesn't matter. Anyway, let's move on.
I know.
Speaking of not drinking alcohol,
I appreciate you finding it.
Instead of a spot of tea, why don't you have a coffee? Where can I go get a coffee? Yes, Starbucks apparently is a big thing. They're an up-and-coming company. I think they'll do well. Invest. Buy. But as one unfortunate Oklahoma couple found out, Starbucks can be on a little bit of the pricey side. I don't know. Are you a Starbucks man? Do you like to go into a corporate entity and have someone misspell your name on a cup?
I don't have like any corporate priority or favoritism. Like I'm drinking not Starbucks right now, but it is a corporate chain. But like, yeah, if I'm familiar with the indie coffee house, yeah, I'll go there too. It's usually a matter of convenience for me. So Starbucks, Pete's, the other guy, As long as they can get me my hazelnut latte, I don't care.
So speaking of, this is kind of, I don't go to Starbucks. It's like a foreign language. Their
On
menu.
principle?
I feel like I need. No, I just don't drink coffee that much.
Okay, that's okay. They sell regular coffee. Just so you know.
I don't force me to drink, Kush. You're not my real dad. But yes, Jessie Odell and her husband, Mr. Odell or Mrs. I don't know. I don't care. They were names like they're idiots. So they went to Starbucks and they just planned to get their regular order of iced Americano and a venti caramel. Right. So I'm not one to judge, right, anyone on their coffee order, right?
Okay.
You know, I'm sure I do some weird things, but you know, I'm very much not an alpha male. You may have learned this, but however,
yes, I agree.
I am going to be judging Jesse over here, right? Because he ordered a ice Americano for his wife.
Okay.
So it's basically coffee over ice.
Sure.
What's
coffee.
your order, Jesse? His favorite order is a venti caramel frappuccino. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is it?
It's like a milkshake.
Venti
it's a coffee
caramel frappuccino.
So venti is large. It's Italian for 30. So it's a 30-ounce cup. You'll remember that from the movie Step Brothers? Not Step Brothers. Big Brothers? The one with Paul Rudd and Stifler.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but yes, I know the movie you're speaking of.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, very fun movie, but also apparently very forgettable. Anyways,
no, so how did you forget that? Love God.
A big joke for the first.
Love God.
A joke for the first 10 years of Starbucks was you have to order it a tall venti or blah 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 blah, and it's just, you know what? I go in there. I've been going in there for 15 years now. I just order a medium or a large, and I never get any sass. But they just say medium. You got it. No, they don't
conforming to your sizes. Starbucks, give me a medium.
The whole joke was like you would say, "Give me a medium frappuccino," and they'd be like, "You want a Trente?" No, I want a medium. Like, no, you want a. And they would keep correcting you, and that was the joke about Starbucks for 10 years. But I've never had that issue. So, yeah, man, he just ordered a coffee flavored milkshake. I get why people are confused about it, but you know what? They're good. I've never had the frappuccino. I just stick to my hazelnut latte, but they know what they're doing. They're good.
I just think if your drink order is more than 5 syllables, it's obnoxious.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Regular coffee. Boom.
Anyway. I think it's less than 5 syllables, but I'm picking up what you're putting down, Mr. Mike Fish.
Appreciate it. So yeah, so regularly the iced Americano and the venti caramel frappuccino normally came to around $10. Ridiculous. Anyway, however,
that is a lot even today.
When they got home, they realized they had been charged by Starbucks $4,456.27.
Oh no! How's that? That's a lot of slip of the buttons. Did someone ring up a $10 order and then get a very, very generous tip, which is a thing you can do if you're not careful or incredibly precise?
Well, how this all went down. So the couple after that, they obviously pretty swiftly contacted Starbucks for help. And the officials was like, don't worry, we've got you covered. And they sent him a check to cover the extra money. that they had spent on their coffee. So, that's the end of the story. Oh wait, no, the check bounced.
What?
Stevie Starbucks. I'm assuming that's the guy who owns the company. Where's your
everyone
money?
Does Stevie Starbucks.
Stevie Starbucks check. He gives bad checks.
This is an international company. Wow,
that's embarrassing.
They have locations in Amsterdam, in the smallest towns of Holland. There's a Starbucks. Wow.
I'm pretty sure there's one in my pantry. They're everywhere. There's a guy in there waiting for my order. I'm not gonna have a frappuccino. But so obviously that one didn't go down too well. So they quote, "We contacted the customer service helpline probably 30 to 40 times that day." Seems a bit overkill. Did they just not pick up, or I don't know?
They're literally like getting ducked. They're on the blacklist. Like, do not let anybody with these two names get past the switchboard.
Now they said in this story that they had to cancel a family trip because they didn't have the money at the time due to the error.
Yeah, I got it.
Now, here's what I got. So obviously, if they haven't got enough money to afford the trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means they haven't paid for the trip yet.
That's right.
So you're not canceling the trip. You're just like, oh well, I guess we can't do that. That's not canceling it.
You're nitpicking at this point. They still had plans for this trip, but now they don't have the money to purchase the flight. They
changed their plans. They didn't cancel a trip. Something so dramatic.
Fuck that.
Frappuccino boy.
No, man, they don't have the money. Frappuccino boy. I'm a hazelnut latte boy. Hey, so I used to work for a very corporate gym club. I won't say their name.
Gold's Gym.
But there was a Nestle candy bar named after them. Or similar name with theirs. Anyways. I can't.
Snickers Gym?
Yes, the Snickers Gym. So I used to work for the Snickers Gym. And the Snickers Gym, for some reason, separated from its parent company. Like someone bought that specific brand or whatever it is, but they unveiled a new billing system that they didn't properly test. So dig this, Mr. McFish. Folks that didn't get triple charged, that didn't get double charged, didn't get charged at all, and then all of a sudden received a bill for like 5 months worth of membership fees. It was a whole thing. Some folks had 3 accounts when they only signed up for obviously 1. It was a whole thing, and I was literally brought in to solve as many as I could for the San Francisco region. It was supposed to be for one club, but then all of a sudden, everyone else from the other 7 gyms came in to talk to me because the Snickers company didn't hire any more people to do my job in San Francisco. So anyways, I did as much as I could, and almost everyone, like 99.9% of people got a refund, or like, hey, here's a credit. We won't bill you for the next 6 months, or whatever I could do. The folks that got a refund couldn't get a refund via just depositing it back into the bank account.
That would be far too easy.
60 days. So people were like, no, hey man, you're making me bounce all these checks. Like, I gave you my personal bank account number. And I'm like, well, you're a stupid asshole for that one already. However, now this guy can't pay his PG&E bill. This guy can't like pay his rent or whatever the case is, because we took out 5 months worth of dues from his account.
Well, for that one, I don't have much sympathy for. Because if you've used 5 months of membership, you owe 5 months of money. But the ones that got triple charged, that's why you use your credit card. Dispute transaction. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Very easy.
Only 3 people did I deny a refund or a credit to, and that was because it was
you didn't like the cut of their jib.
They literally
you look shifty, pal. I don't like you.
You could
You're not
feel
getting
it
your money back.
actually. I had one guy who came in,
You're
gave me
gonna
this whole
spend this on
story
drugs,
about,
aren't
like,
you?
yeah,
I'm keeping your money.
I gave this woman a check, and then I said, hey, or he said, like, yo, I gave her a check, but I said don't cash it, and she said she wouldn't, and then all of a sudden she cashed it, and I was like, I didn't sign a contract or anything, but I was like, she gave us a check. This already isn't vibing out already. You gave someone a check for $900, but you didn't sign the contract for confirming that. All right, I'm gonna look for this contract. By the way, I'm gonna find this contract, and as long as you didn't sign it, we'll figure something out. But that cunt signed the contract.
Of course you
and
did.
I have a photocopy of the check. And by the way, the woman that he signed up with, she sat on that thing for 30 days, even though she wasn't supposed to. She could have gotten mad trouble for that. But so, like, yeah, this one guy, this dude would call me every few weeks and threaten me with a lawsuit. And finally got to the point where, like, I can't wait to meet your lawyers. Bring them down here.
So this is a Wendy's. I just work here. I don't think you can sue me, but whatever.
No, this was the Snickers gym.
So how was this resolved, you may ask? So a spokesperson for Starbucks told the New York Post that the first checks bounced because of a typo. Of course it was a typo, because Jesse is such a hard name to spell. And the news said
no.
What?
Please go on with the story.
Oh,
I'm just reacting.
Yeah, it's bullshit. And a new set of checks have been delivered and cashed. Spokesperson also put the blame for the mix-up on the couple, saying that Jesse had submitted the enormous tip himself, giggity, when placing the order. Jesse, however, denies the accusation, saying that a district manager told him it was caused by a network issue. Either one, that doesn't even make sense. So it was around about $10, and I'm not going to do the maths on the top of my head, but there's an image. The tip was $4,444.44.
Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning of this.
I'm pretty sure. One, like, sometimes I press the custom tip button because I am one of these people, depending on where I am, especially if it's like a bar or a restaurant. I don't have full-blown OCD, but I do have a little bit of an OCD-ness. So I like to, so normally I work out, like, okay, what is 20%? Now round it up to the nearest dollar. And so I give like a little bit more than 20%.
That's very generous.
It has to be a round number. I can't deal with pennies and cents. But if I'm just getting coffee,
just $1.
Just press one of the buttons, the 10, 15, or 20 or whatever. No one's pressing custom tip for 2 coffees. You mad?
I've discovered that different branches.
Doesn't make any sense.
The network issue is a nice deflect, but this wasn't a network issue. I've discovered that different branches with under the same corporate umbrella have different POP systems. I think
POS
systems. Thank you. And the S also stands for system. So, anyways, different corporations have different computers. So I get that immediately. However, this is why you always get the receipt, kids. It doesn't matter if it's for your cup of coffee or that pricey dinner that you paid for everybody. You get the receipt, because sometimes it's a slip of the button on that kid at the register, and sometimes it's very intentional, and most folks don't check. Honestly, most folks never check. I had a friend living in the Bronx, went to a convenience store, was supposed to be like a $2 burrito, something you just cook up in the microwave right there at the convenience store. The guy hit the wrong button or didn't put the decimal point in the right place. $200 was taken out of his bank account, and this dum-dum did not get the receipt, and therefore was out $200 for what was a $2 burrito. So always get the receipt, kids. Keep it for at least 2 months.
Especially that tax season's coming up. I get a tax break. Who knows?
You mind?
Then the story gets better. The story gets better. I love this bit of the story. So
shit,
Jesse,
we're still talking about this. Let's scroll.
Jesse, he's not taking this shit from Starbucks saying that he made the error. He said, and I quote, "I know how to press buttons. Yeah, be confident in your skills there, Jesse. I didn't press that button. What button? What button? There, I've never seen the button on Starbucks that says, what would you like to leave as a tip? 10%, 15%, 20%, $4,000. That button doesn't exist, Jesse."
Is that the actual quote?
But and then he told the McClatchy News. So apparently this story took place in 1920s America. I imagine that the guy who's asked doing this report, he's like wearing one of those trench coats and like a detective hat, and he's got that weird voice. Hey, Steve McGillicuddy for the McClatchy News. Hey, son, hey, I got this great story. Can you speak to me about this Starbucks? Yeah, real good, kid. I got this. I got you. But then it's in a phone interview, so maybe not. Maybe it was indeed present day. If it wasn't the barista, he continues, then it's definitely your network, which is a really big issue. The couple had filed a complaint with the Tulsa police, but the case was later closed when the checks were delivered and finally didn't bounce. So all's well that ends well. But what a clusterfuck of a story.
That is definitely a clusterfuck of a story, and it's still amazing that a check bounced from the corporation. Like, was there ever any explanation about that?
Yeah, they just said that it was a typo.
Oh, just a typo. A fucking that's the biggest piece of bullshit in this whole.
Yeah, because it would have to be like a major typo. Because I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 99% sure. If someone wrote a check to me, and instead of MICHAEL, it was MICHEAL, I'm pretty sure my bank's cashing that check.
I had a check that dropped a letter from my name, so instead of HAYES, it was just HAES, and I was just like, "Oh, hey, faceless bank, is this going to be a problem?" I'm like, no, just put your. This happens all the time, dude. Don't worry about it. It's one letter. We get you. We know who you are, and it wasn't a problem, and the check cleared. So that's just. I once had to buy a ticket for a wrestler named Sean. Last name will be withheld, but guess what? You can spell Sean one of three ways, and I didn't spell it the correct way. And after 3 hours on hold with the air, they're like, "He's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. We promise he's going to be okay." And I was like, all right. And he was. And he made it to the show. And he killed it.
But I did realize that because in no point in this story do they mention the wife's name. And I have a theory behind this.
Oh. She's
right?
a man.
So Jesse wanted to hide his wife's identity because he didn't want anyone like Googling her, because word on the street is that Jesse's girl has got it going on. You're welcome. You're welcome. Tip your waitresses. I'll be here all week.
Her phone number, though, 8675309? Or is that a different lady?
I don't know. Give it a try.
You don't know 8675309?
No, is that like a late night number that you call up and they keep you on for like 2 hours? No. It's like $10 a minute.
I was sure that was Jesse's.
You sound so interesting. Oh, I bet you got a big thing there for me.
For you to call all night.
Oh,
I've been just waiting here for you all night to call. I'm so glad you did.
Have you ever seen
right now?
I'll have to find it and I'll send it to you. There's a cracking video of where someone, for a comedy video, he phoned up one of these. It's not, but ladies of the night phone numbers. You know what I mean, where they talk to you and sound all sexy for you. And obviously, their job.
I was under 12 once, and I called that number.
Oh, I never did. That. So I'll keep check mark.
You were smart not to, because you would have got a whooping.
Yeah, I would have. But So he phones them up. And obviously their job is to keep you on the line for as long as possible. So your phone bill racks up. And but for the whole conversation, he was watching cricket and he was discussing the cricket game with her. And bless her cotton socks, she was doing her best to try to turn this conversation about cricket into something sexual. But there is at one point where you can see she has a breaking point where she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's fantastic. I'll have to send it to you. It's hilarious.
Please.
But then you might have to look up cricket terms as well to make it funny. There you go. It might not be funny.
I would appreciate it. So 8675309 is not Jesse, it's Jenny. So, my bad.
I didn't even know that. You could have carried on. I would have been like, yeah, that's a good.
Well, I like to stay true to the Serb squad.
Appreciate that.
I'm sure a couple of them were like the dozens of us. They were out there like, it's Jenny.
Dozens.
It's Jenny.
Dozens. Let's do our twins. Shout out to Dwayne Rock Johnson.
We have over 50 Serb squad fans, and I appreciate each and every one of them. Dozens.
Yeah. All fellas at the moment, though. I did check that. I don't know what we'd need to do to get the ladies on board, but
I'm okay with it.
It's a sausage party in here.
Show my wang. But
if you are a lady listening to this or watching this, let us know. Enjoy wafflebox@gmail.com. If you can prove that you're a lady and I'm not being filthy, I don't know. Actually, I don't know how you're going to prove that without it sounding seedy, but I don't want that to be the thing.
You can prove you're a lady and want to be filthy. Also, give us a holler. Don't worry about Mike Fish. He's married.
Anyway, I was going to do like a t-shirt thing or something, but now I don't know how they can prove they're a lady.
I'll jump on all those
kind of awkward. Anyway, let's move on before this gets weird.
Jump on all those grenades for you.
Let's talk about people that are doing things with their lives. They're talking about people who are achieving things with their life, not Jesse with his venti caramel frappuccino.
Boy,
Let's
Jeffy's
talk about
not achieving anything.
Who's breaking world records in this week's
hell yes,
dumb world record of the week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
This week's dumb world record takes us all the way to New Jersey, right here in my backyard. It can be the backyard, I guess, because it is the Garden State, apparently. Not sure why it's called the Garden State. Because people have gardens? I don't know. Doesn't make any sense.
They might.
But a New Jersey woman has been awarded the Guinness World Record when the organizers verified her collection of almost 700 pizza-related items.
What? Pizza-related items?
Yes. Her pizza collection is now the largest in the world. Guinness said that her 669 giggity items from Kupari's collection qualified for the record. The number was enough to take the record from Philadelphia man Brian Dewar, whose collection was tallied at 561 in 2011. What a loser, only having 561 pizza-related items in your house. Kupari posted a video showing off her collection, which includes pizza boxes, stickers, books, towels, clothing items, toys, and kitchen utensils. So she has like random pizza boxes. Now, this is a new one for me, right?
Yeah, I hope these are fresh unused pizza boxes,
you'd
whether
like
they're
to
flat
think so.
or the actual box. I would like to think so, but I'm scared that the
oil-stained boxes in the corner of an apartment.
Old cheese. It's gotta stink, right? If they're used, they gotta stink, right?
Yeah, after a while. Yeah,
after a while,
a couple of hours.
But how?
This is
generous.
So this is a new one for me, Kush. Because normally,
me too.
Whenever I bring someone to the table for the Dumb World Record, normally it's kind of like, that's weird. Why are you doing this?
This is weird.
No, it is weird.
Why is she doing this?
But let's take it one step further, Mr. Hayes. Who do you feel more weird about? Miss Kapari, who has 669 items of pizza-related items in her home and has the Guinness World Record? Or how do you feel Brian Daiwa feels, who now has 561 pizza-related items in his home and now has 0 world records to his name, and he's just sitting there like, what the fuck have I done with my life?
So did he have the world record before this?
He had the world record.
I also submitted.
He had the world record for like 11 years, and now he's lost it. And you're like, what the fuck am I going to do now?
I hate to speak for this man, but I have to think that he wonders why he didn't get laid more because of this world record for the last 11 years. Or maybe he's just like, well, now I can't get laid because this isn't a thing on my resume anymore. Like, I had it, but no one needs to know about that anymore because I don't have it anymore.
I imagine he must have met ladies, because there's someone out there for everyone. But you'd like to imagine that when he, hey, your place or mine? Oh, let's go back to yours, big boy. And he takes him home. And he goes, oh, don't mind the 500 pizza boxes. Let's go straight to the bedroom, babe.
Don't mind my couch made out of Domino's pizza boxes.
Oh, these are my
don't mind my recliner made out of spatulas.
Bless him. So and he's from Philadelphia as well. But so he must feel really bad now. Do you reckon he's gonna be on a viral video, like smashing up his pizza collection? That wasn't holding. That was another Super Bowl callback.
Mike Fish flailing in the background for the audio listeners.
Sorry.
Philly's definitely more known for their cheesesteaks, but they would like to be known for their pizza because they got pizza envy from New York.
New York, best pizza, number 1. Number 2, New Jersey, my friends. And do you know what? Do you know who I'm putting above Philadelphia? Do you know who I'm putting above Philadelphia? Just because I've tried this style of pizza and it's not bad. Detroit style pizza. It's pretty banging.
What is Detroit style pizza?
It's like a cake almost.
Oh,
I don't know how to describe it. It's a very thick, but it's a round tin. But it's just
it's a round tin. Gotcha.
Thick. The bread. It's pretty good. So shout out to Detroit pizza.
You should try Chicago. You should try Chicago pizza. It's literally a pie.
Chicago deep dish.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
I don't think you'll get past 2 slices. And that's me talking. Like, I don't think I would get past 3 slices myself. Maybe even only 1 slice. Like, that's how deep those Chicago dishes go.
That's how deep those dishes are, baby. Chicago, congratulations on your renowned pizza variety. So there you go. Shout out to Miss Kapari.
Yeah,
for having 669 pizza-related items in your house.
I would like to see the short list of, because she has to have like duplicate items. Like, I have a spatula from Pizza Hut and a spatula from Domino's and a spatula from this Papa John's. Like,
do you reckon those little
I want to know, like,
white plastic tables that they put in the pizza box?
Yes.
Do you reckon those count?
Yes, I would hope so, because I've discovered there are many more. There used to be just a little disc with some legs on it, but now there's just like a triangle. Sometimes there's just it's a spirograph. Like it's sometimes it's a claw. that little plastic thing that keeps the pizza box from collapsing on your warm cheese.
That took me
sizes
way too many years to realize what that was for back in the day. That was like a eureka.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh god, that makes so much sense. I just didn't know what the fuck it was for. What is this? A table for ants?
I used to let G.I. Joes play poker at it.
Oh, nice. Did you roll up little cigars for them? Keep it classy.
No. In fact, they obviously they didn't have cards either because they couldn't hold them because their hands were just this.
This is why maybe you should have done it with Lego men because they can hold big fatties.
Well, they still don't have cards for.
No, but
I hear what you're saying.
Like with their weird claw hands, they can hold cigars and they can.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. There's no Lego cigars.
Imagine, because you have to think everything is in proportion with a Lego person, right? So imagine if like in the world of Toy Story where your toys come to life when you're not watching them. Do you reckon they're like super horny and they're like trying to jack off, but they can't because their penis is too small for the gap in their hand, and they're like, oh, come on, god damn it. No?
All my Lego figurines can jack off perfectly with their hands.
Nice. Shout out to Kush's Lego collection. Jack off freely. Oh boy. I always take us down a weird. We're just talking about pizza, and now we're talking about Lego masturbating.
You do, anyway. But I do. Yes, and
that's why we're a good team. That's why we're a good team. Anyway. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! We're already 50 minutes into this episode. If you're still with us,
Mama Hayes ain't getting her medicine on time tonight.
I don't know what, but I don't know if you can see this on the video version, if it's just for me, but every now and again, because we're doing this on Zoom, I get like a little thumbs up emoji on your screen comes up.
Oh, you get a thumbs up?
Yeah.
Oh, so that does come through. Okay, so that is saying my internet is fine now.
Oh,
sometimes I get
nice.
A window. It's a gray bar. It's a little gray bar. You'll have to imagine that it's over. Well, it's in the center of both of our screens, and it'll be like, your internet connection is unstable. And I'm like, I know. You say that every week, and we get through it every week. 85 episodes now. 85 weeks now. We get through it. But then it'll be like, your internet's okay now. And then they give the thumbs up. That's a new thing. That's only been going on for like the last 3 months, I want to say.
But I don't get the other message. But the thumbs up is so weird to me. And it's out of context. I don't know. At least warn me. Hey, by the way, Kush's internet's unstable. Oh, it's okay now. That makes sense. But it's every now and again, randomly, I just get, like, I say something and your Zoom is like, yeah, that's good. Oh, thanks.
That's just how strong your internet game is, Mike Fish. Like, even Zoom is like, we approve. Not only we don't even care what Kush says. We approve.
One day I'm gonna do a segment and I'll just get like the poop emoji will come up and I'm like, oh, okay, let's move on.
Not impossible.
It's judgmental.
Highly improbable, but not impossible.
So anyway, still to come on episode 85 of Waffle Box, the aliens are invading, if you haven't seen the news. And so we're going to be talking about that in this week's middle of the show quiz. We've got the trapdoor. Kush is reviewing All Quiet on the Western Front. Shh. Who doesn't love a good World War I movie from the perspective of Germans? What could go wrong? And of course, the feel-good story of the week. But until then, stick around. We'll be right back after the short break.
Sammy Davis Jr.'s 60th anniversary celebration will continue in a moment. Tuesday's terrific in Fort Lauderdale.
Hey,
first,
did I just feel a drop? Or are you drooling?
It's Who's the Boss? And
she dumped me. Paul, snap out of it.
She said I was suffocating her. I thought she wanted to be suffocated.
The Wonder Years, Tuesday.
It's now time for the middle of the show quiz.
There you go.
Box, episode 85. Still to come, Kush's movie review, feel-good story of the week, trapdoor, and more. But now, it is the middle of the show, so it's the perfect time for the middle of the show quiz. And as you know, if you have been looking at the news, my God, aliens are coming, and I, for one, would like to make a quick statement that myself and Kush Hayes of the Waffle Box are happy that our new alien overlords are coming to Earth, and I salute you. Please don't hurt me. Yes, lots of UFOs are being discovered across America and Canada and Mexico and being shot down. Probably not aliens, but whatever, who cares? It's funny. So, in celebration, this week's middle of the show quiz is aliens related. But since you are a movie, my knee, I'm getting old, my knee. Since you are a movie man, this is alien movie related. 5 questions, as always. The name of the game, or the aim of the game, I should say, is for Kush to get 3 out of 5, if not 5 out of 5, to get the majority. If he gets a question correct, he hears this noise, which makes him so happy. However, if he gets a question wrong, he hears this noise, which makes him so sad. Look at this sad face. You got a sad face on. Are you ready, Mr. Hayes?
I am ready, Mr. Mike Fish.
Question number 1. Which 2016 horrible alien movie included the plot where humans learning the language of the aliens alters humans' linear perception of time? What the fuck? That was such a horrible movie. And that's in the synopsis of the movie. Learning the language alters humans' linear perception of time. Jeez, what's so obnoxious?
And they said it was horrible.
No, I said it was horrible. That was me. Yeah.
Oh, you said it was horrible.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Arrival.
Indeed.
Hey! Oh, shame on you. That was a beautiful movie.
She just kind of starts, I don't know, learning their language, and suddenly she can see her daughter that isn't born. What the fuck? Eat shit.
Beautiful movie.
Now, that was a terrible movie, but this one is an awesome movie. Which 1996 alien movie had us all standing to attention and saluting the greatest president of these United States, President Bill Pullman?
Independence Day. By the way, yeah, that speech still holds up. Others have tried to do better that speech. They tried to let Idris Elba improve that speech, and it's like, well, he's got a great punchline, but his speech wasn't good. Yeah, I'm talking about Pacific Rim, but yeah, Bill Pullman. Goddamn, that whole speech was like written 20 minutes before they filmed it.
No.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
The script just said like Bill Pullman says a dope speech, and then like they got to filming, and the guy, I didn't write the speech. Everyone wait, hold on. Anyway, on with the contest. 2 for 2.
Question number 3. Which 2012 alien movie starred a Super Bowl halftime performer?
Great question. I don't know.
Want to take a guess? Stab in the dark.
2012.
Step.
That's an alien movie?
Yep.
Stab.
Step.
I'm guessing it's OJ, but I don't know what sci-fi movie he was in 2012.
OJ?
Yeah, I don't know.
OJ who?
Hall of Famer.
No,
O.J.
halftime show performer. OJ Simpson never performed a that would be a really horrible halftime show.
I must have misheard you then. What was the answer again?
I didn't do it.
Oh, MC Hammer? Rick James? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I'm just gonna put you out of your misery. It was Battleship starring Rihanna.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. What was the question then? Because I didn't get the...
Which 2012 Alien movie starred a Super Bowl halftime performer?
Rihanna. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. My bad.
But now, I next year, NFL...
I should have known that.
Let's get... I don't know. Is he still alive? Let's get Rick James to do halftime show. Oh, that'd be great.
He's not alive anymore.
Oh.
He died just after Christmas, like a decade ago.
What a dick. Anyway, question number 4.
Number 4.
Which 2015 Alien movie involves an invasion of classic video game characters?
Oh, I'm gonna guess that's Adam Sandler's Pixels.
Just for fun, I'm gonna take your first answer. It wasn't Pixel, it was Pixels. Now we're down to 2 for 2. Oh, no, you said Pixels.
You're a hater.
That's
fine.
It's a very serious game.
I understand.
Show.
I appreciate that. I respect
it's along
that.
the line here.
That's true. That is true.
You could win this sports car over here.
I can't pay the taxes on it though.
Now this one's going to be a little bit ambiguous because technically this isn't the plot line, but you might anyway. I know we're going to give away to question number 5. Which 2002 Alien movie do we learn that aliens can't swim?
Oh, Signs.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
M. Night Shyamalan's Signs.
You win.
Yeah, I thought I went a little bit off because it was like, do we find aliens don't like water? That's a bit obvious. So I went a little bit.
It could have been War of the Worlds too, though. Like anyways. Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. These weird films.
No. I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't realize Rihanna was the answer for 2012's Battleship.
Nope.
I rented.
I'm happy that you went with O.J. Simpson and Rick James first. That made my day. O.J. Simpson doing the halftime show. That'd be great.
I heard NFL, so I went, okay, O.J. Simpson, and then you reiterated halftime. I was like, well, James Brown's played the halftime show too. I think I don't remember anymore. Anyways,
instead of a musical act, it's O.J. Simpson just drives a car around the stadium. You can't catch me. That club doesn't even fit. I don't know why he talks like that in my imagination, but there you go.
He doesn't, but I like that he does in your admit.
You're never gonna catch me. Yeah, let's move on. Speaking of, no, let's not go with that connection. Anyway, trapdoor segment's coming up now because goddamn, this planet's too overpopulated. So let's help fix that with the trapdoor segment.
3 people at a time. We got this.
Just casually talk over the jingle. Why don't you, Kush? O.J. Simpson, Rick James supporting man. Trapdoor segment. If you haven't heard this game before, what we do is I give Kush his 4 celebrities, and he has to decide which one goes down the trapdoor into oblivion and off the face of the earth. He can't just pick one, he has to show he's working. This week's we drop off at the letter R. And the connection is all of these actors have in one way or another starred in comic book movies.
Okay.
So your 4 celebrities. Ryan Reynolds. Most notably Deadpool. Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Pattinson. I'm Batman. And just because I was struggling to find another one, Russell Crowe, who stars as apparently is in the DC universe for a bit. I don't know what the fuck he does. But anyway, We're not judging them solely on their comic book movies, but that's the connection. So Ryan Reynolds, Robert Downey Jr., Robert Pattinson, and Russell Crowe. Are you not entertained?
Wow.
Yeah.
I am conflicted for sure.
That's what I
Because
love.
all these folks are fantastic actors. They're fantastic performers. And they've had fantastic characters with their comic book films. Ryan Reynolds, obviously, everyone loves the Deadpool.
Love it.
His biggest weakness is he might have been Green Lantern. Green Lantern, yeah, wasn't a great movie, but it's not not the pile of dog shit that everyone makes it out to be. Most folks that don't like Green Lantern don't know shit about Green Lantern. I also don't know anything about Green Lantern, but I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know, like, yeah, his weakness is yellow. All right, that makes perfect sense to me. Why not? So I'm.
It's a primary color.
It is a primary color. Thank you very much. And that was the thing with Green Lanterns is like there are multiple colored lanterns, white lanterns, black lanterns, blue lanterns, green lanterns. It gets out of hand. It's a problem that DC has overall. Moving forward, Robert Downey Jr., the man who played Iron Man, he has had a fascinating career. Lots of it involved before 1999 involved jail and drugs. And again, it was a simpler time where you might wake up one night and Robert Downey
wrote
Jr.
kind thank you
broke
notes
into your house
or took more naps. Maybe that would have helped him out.
You would just find Robert Downey Jr. on your couch taking a nap, and guess what? If you weren't a dick about it, he might make you breakfast immediately.
Ooh.
Like his clothes are still folded. He didn't try and damage anything. He just busted a window and took a nap on your couch.
Nothing's damaged. He just might bust through a window.
Just other than the window,
Other than the window,
Robert Downey Jr. is going to replace the window, bro.
Yeah,
okay?
windows don't have feelings.
The windows don't have feelings, but guess what? He's going to replace it, and he's going to get done immediately because he's got it like that.
But now, because it's Robert Downey Jr., he's a celebrity. He's got a little bit of money, maybe not mega money at that point. But he's gonna replace that window. And it's gonna be a nice window because he feels bad. He's got a conscience. He's a nice guy. But then what you're gonna be left with is like one really nice window, and the other windows you're just looking at. You're like, you have suckers windows, and then you're gonna feel. And then now you feel obliged to replace the rest of the windows to match the really nice window that Robert Downey Jr. bought you. And now you're out. You're out money. You're Robert Downey Jr.
I don't know where you got any of that. So Robert Downey Jr. is a legacy actor. That means his family has been in the business for maybe a century now. Okay. His father, Robert Downey Sr., was once upon a time a big known director. Way before Spielberg's time and all that.
He directed some weird fucking movies.
Spielberg or Robert Downey Sr.?
Robert Downey Sr.
Okay, so you are familiar with them because he's got a documentary right now on Netflix.
It's a fantastic documentary.
Okay, groovy. Yeah, well, we're gonna just forget everything you just said there. Anyway, Robert Pattinson, yo man, this guy constantly gets shit on for just being in a successful franchise, whether it was good or not. It just made money. I haven't seen one single Twilight film, but for some reason, people like to hold that against him, and he hasn't done that shit in maybe a dozen years now.
Wasn't he also in?
He was great.
The Harry Potter movies.
Robert Pattinson? I don't believe so, but I don't pay attention to that shit like that, despite having seen all of them now.
Google.
You can look that up. Anyway, Robert Pattinson, he played a very good Batman. Like that movie he was in, those first 2 hours, solid 5 out of 5. And then for whatever reason, they decided it needed a third hour, and I didn't enjoy any of that shit. So I want to say I gave that movie a 4 out of 5. Might have even given it a 3 out of 5. But you'll have to go back into the archives for that, Syrup Squad. And then we got Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe was he? I want to say he was in 300, but that was Gerard Butler. So I think what was he? Just was he Zeus in Thor Part 4?
Wait,
what's your
who?
Russell Crowe comic book movie?
Russell Crowe was in. He was in like a Superman movie. He plays
Superman movie?
He was in a Superman, but also he might have been in Thor Love and Thunder as well.
If he's in Thor Love and Thunder, then he played Zeus. And he was fantastic in that. But if he was in the Superman movie, he wasn't Zod, because that was somebody else. Oh, was he? He was the dad. He was Zor-El. Okay, yeah, he was okay in that. He was fine. And Man of Steel.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, we don't have to judge the man solely on his comic book movie. That was just the connection between the.
True, dude. Like this is a hard final four to get through. Like I don't want to dismiss anybody from this. Like I think you put Ryan Reynolds in here because you thought that would have been the easy thing for me to hate on, but like
no, I love Robert. I would
he's
never
funny.
want anyone.
I know you love the Ryan. I think you were testing me. Like there wouldn't be an episode 86 tomorrow if I said Ryan Reynolds. So I'm still not dropping Ryan Reynolds here. Geez. I think I have to do Russell Crowe. Nothing personal. Like literally, I want to see what else Robert Pattinson can do. Russell Crowe is still making fun action movies. You know, like I think we just talked about Plane the other day, unless that was Jerry Butler. And see, that is a problem. I'm getting one actor mixed up with another actor. I don't have this problem with Margot Robbie and Samara Weaving. All right, I know who's who, but these are two people who do look alike. So, you know, RDJ is safe. He'll probably play Iron Man one more time. I'm looking forward to the Batman 2, and I hope it is a lot shorter. Russell Crowe, yeah, man, he's a great actor, but of these four, he might have the weakest resume.
Do you remember he was in? Was it The Good Guys with Ryan Gosling? That was a good movie.
Oh, the other guy.
No, yeah.
The Nice Guys.
The Nice Guys. There we go.
Guys.
That was
funny fucking movie. Unfortunately, there was a movie called The Good Guys or whatever it was, and we keep getting confused with that one. Oh, the other guys with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
Also a good movie.
We keep getting that one mixed with the other one. But you know what? They're both really funny.
But not enough to save you, Mr. Crow. Fairly well.
Not on this one, sir. Not on this one. I'm sorry. Like this is the hardest one you've given me, Mike Fish.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. That is what she said last night.
Hey. Also, update. Robin Pattinson was. I can't say he was in a franchise. He appeared in Harry Potter: Goblet of Fire. So he was in one Harry Potter movie.
Who was he in Goblet of Fire? Not that I would know.
Just I've closed it now. If I look it up, right? If I look at and I say his character's name, are you going to go, "Oh my god, yes," or are you going to go, "I have no fucking idea who that is"?
It's literally 50-50.
Well, Robert
I think
Pattinson,
Goblet of Fire is part 4, but
yeah,
I don't know.
He played.
Oh, it is 4. Okay.
Cedric Diggory. Look at you, you have no fucking idea. You wasted 5 seconds of my life.
So he's definitely not a Weasley because there's like 12 people in the Weasley family.
No, he's not.
Diggory.
You seriously think
so
Robert Pattinson, that Greek god of a man, is going to be related to Ronald Weasley?
They would just dye his hair. Whatever.
Could you imagine Robert Pattinson with
or maybe Robert Pattinson's hair is so black that color can't absorb into it.
Like he's the evil Weasley. He's the black sheep of the family.
I'm thinking more of like a black hole, like just everything is absorbed.
Just sucks energy from the scene into his hair.
Yes.
Anyway. Sorry, Russell Crowe.
We were not entertained
on this instance.
God, am I supposed to like Gladiator? Because I hated Gladiator.
I was going to pretend to kick someone down a well, but that's a completely different guy in a completely different movie. That's Sparta. That's 300.
No, I want to say Russell Crowe kicked the guy down the well. I want to say that was him.
Oh, for God. To Google! No, that wasn't him, was it?
I think it was him.
No, it wasn't. That was...
Syrup Squad. Get at us on Twitter.
No, I'm just going to look it up now.
Russell Crowe kicked the messenger.
It was Gerard Butler.
Like, you're never supposed to kill... Jerry Butler?
Gerard Butler.
Yeah, he goes by
300.
And Russell Crowe's not in 300? Okay.
I don't know.
See, this is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem.
Did at any point, because I'm not super familiar with it, did at any point Russell Crowe as the gladiator kick a cunt down a well? Let us know. enjoywafflebox@gmail.com.
Yeah, that is the appropriate question.
Because he is Australian, and they are prone to, mood swings.
That's all right.
G'day, mate. Fuck you.
Well, Russell Crowe definitely threw
down the well.
Definitely threw a cell phone at a hotel. It's embarrassing.
Person?
Yeah, hotel staff member. Yeah.
Bus boy.
Not
Bellhop.
the bus boy. The guy. Bellhop. Thank you. Threw his phone at a bellhop and shattered it in his face. This was a Nokia phone too. That's the time it was.
Bricks. Don't look at my koala like that.
It was still the thinnest phone at the time, but it was also the most indestructible phone. So yeah, it shattered this dude's face. And I think Russell Crowe was not allowed in the country of the United States for like a decade because of that.
To be fair, if you can smash a Nokia phone with your bare hands, you're a man to be feared. I don't want you in my country either. Who knows what rampage you could come up with? Anyway,
terrifying thought.
There's some actors. What do actors do? They star in movies. Oh, let's talk about a movie. In this week's... That's a great segue. In this week's Kush's movie review.
Kush's movie review.
Kush's movie review. All Quiet on the Western Front. Apparently, this is nominated for a movie. Nominated for a movie? Nominated for an award? Jesus.
It's actually nominated for 9 awards.
That really? Really? Is that like a joke?
Sir. That's not a joke. You let us into this.
How many awards is All Quiet on the Western Front nominated for? 9.
Hilarious.
Yes, it is.
I see what you did there. That's fantastic.
9. Anyway, tell the fantastic. We've gone through some fantastic movies in the last couple of weeks. Let's talk about war, because what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Tell them again.
You got to throw that.
Y'all.
So we were talking about in Western, which is All Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh, was you trying to speak German?
Totally butchered that.
Fantastic.
I totally butchered that. So this movie is in German. You can get an English dub of it if you want. I watched it in the original German with English subtitles. It's a hard R. It's a war movie, so it is a hard R. Like, you're seeing faces exploded, you're seeing people run over by tanks, people set on fire, bombs exploding. Like, it's a hard R. It would like to be something different, but it really isn't. The most unique thing I could say about this movie is its opening, where we see the troops in the trench, their German forces, I guess they're going after the French. Unsure at this point. However, this one guy, and he is scared for his life. He goes from his trench into the field, and when he runs out of ammo, he just takes his shovel / stabbing tool and attacks his enemy. Then we get into credits. We reveal the original German title because this is a German film, and then we go into the whole thing of like, well, this guy died. He didn't make it past 30 meters, and when he died, and we took him to his burial site, we stripped him of all his clothing and his gear, and we buried him naked. Thankfully, in a casket. Very tasteful, Germany. Good for you. That was very nice of you. But those clothes were repurposed. Anything that had a bullet hole in it was resewn, and that thing would get washed and dried and et cetera, until it went to its new inhabitant, gentleman by the name of Paul. Last name I completely forget because this goddamn movie is 2 hours and 28 minutes. Mike Fish, you have a question?
Is David Hasselhoff in this?
Not at all.
Oh. Sounds like a horrible movie. Carry on.
Thank you. We don't see really anything different on this, man. It's a war movie. It's the standard, typical Oscars war movie. It's weird that it's told from the German point of view. And at one point in the beginning of the film, like, they're getting, anyone who's studied history, anyone who has been to high school knows how the First World War ended. And it doesn't end very well. ... For the Germans. Okay. But the beginning of this movie, they're the German kids, and they are not over 18. They are still in high school. They are given the propaganda like, yo, you were going out there. The majority of you are coming back, and you're all going to get Bronze Stars, bro.
Woo!
You're going to get the highest decoration in this
You get a medal.
military.
You get a medal. You get a medal.
All right. We don't need children. We need real men in this army. And you are all real men because you're Germans. And you know what? The kids eat it all up. And they also don't understand the weight that's involved in what is happening. Where, they're making jokes like, I'm going to die in a trench. Guess what? That dude dies in a trench.
You probably are in a trench,
yeah. Yeah. At one point, the remaining 3 survivors of this group of 4, and we're just beginning. The first act of this movie is focused on these beginning 4. Only one of them survives, but like at one point, like they're all just like, the trench is flooding because of the rain, so they have to wait it out or whatever. Like, they don't have buckets. They have to use their helmet, scoop up water, and throw it out, and make sure that no one in their goddamn trench drowns. War is weird like that. I think that's going to.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing if you go to war and you die by drowning.
Several folks die by drowning in this movie. FYI, there are craters. Again, it has rained. Those craters have filled up, not completely, but slightly with rain, and just out of acts of desperation, opponent A versus opponent B, someone made them drown. Like, we both ran out of bullets, bro. Now we gotta fight hand to hand. Oh, I lost my knife. You lost your knife. Now I just gotta drown you in this fucking crater that was created by a war shell 20 minutes ago. It's a lot of crazy shit happening in this movie. At one point, so within the first hour, we meet our protagonists. Again, 3 out of 4 of them die. We follow the one guy who is portrayed by Felix Kammerer.
Oh, I love that guy. His work is fantastic.
His name is Kammer. He's the cammerist of all cameras. He's a cammerer. All right. Anyway, he's lost all his friends. At some point, we time travel 18 months into the future, and you know what, man? Like this dude just looks tired and disheveled and malnourished and exhausted and just like stressed out because guess what? He's in a war. It's really weird that this whole movie has taken place from the Germans' point of view. I'm not a big history buff. I don't know much about history in general, but I want to say the Germans started World War One or the Great War, as it is known, because they didn't know World War II was going to happen.
Yeah,
so
nothing's going to top this. This was great.
This was,
although I'm pretty sure. I don't know the historical accuracies of this. I'm pretty sure it was the victors that named it the Great War. Because even though I know it doesn't mean great as in that was awesome. That was such a great war. It's like great as in.
I understand.
But still, I'm pretty sure the Germans didn't go, that was a great war.
The Germans definitely didn't think this was a great war. However, where was I going with this? Shit. Mike Fish, you threw me off. Sorry. During this entire time, Daniel Bruhl, who is best known for playing Baron Zemo in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he's a liaison, and he's stacked up the body count. He has counted 40,000 dead Germans, and he is trying to get Germany to say, like, hey, man, this war was a big mistake. We shouldn't have done any of this bullshit. We should surrender now. We should stop the war. Let's get a ceasefire, etc., etc., etc. It's also weird that when the powers that be, Group A and Group B meet, they can't just go like, all right, we're going to stop warring. They actually have to like sign a document. Like everything has to be written out. And like, hey, at 11 a.m. on November 11th, this war is going to end. They have to stop there. It's really weird. They just agree to that. Like they can't just stop now. We can't just get the word out there. Like, stop invading. But
so the 11 just sounds so clean. Let's just keep fighting for another couple of hours.
Sure. And guess what? Jumping forward to the third act of the film, there's a German officer who is super petty, and he's like, I got 12 hours to fuck shit up. We're gonna fuck shit up. At guess what? At 10:30, you guys are invading France. And you're gonna fuck them all up. Or as many as you can, and then we're gonna stop. And that happens. Like at one point, like, you know, the Germans are happy. Oh my god, war is so terrible. We didn't want to be a part of this. We just did it for our country. Oh my god, I'm so glad it's over. I guess we lost, but whatever. Guess what? The French are also going like, oh my god, war is so terrible. I'm so glad this is over. We were defended our country, and we went into this wholeheartedly, and we won. We can drink wine now, and in 30 minutes, nothing's possibly going to happen. Guess what? This German officer makes sure everything happens, and there's a fucking battle that happens. Like, it's shit is crazy. I get why folks like this. This is the war slot for the Academy Awards. Every year we have to have a war slot. Every year we have to have something about overcoming adversity. Every year we have to have something about inside Hollywood, etc., etc., etc. with the Academy Awards. Having said that, this is still 2.5 hours of a country I don't care about, who I don't feel sorry for because they started shit. And then when they went into ceasefire negotiations, I'm like, you guys are fucking shit up, France. Really, if you stop fucking shit up. And France is like, we're going to fuck you up. You keep coming in here. We're going to keep sign this declaration now. Or we're
you
gonna
fucking
fuck
started
you
this.
Up, homie. You started this. And Jared's like, I mean, I guess we'll look at it, but I wish he would stop the ceasefire right now and not 72 hours from now. Like, there's a lot of weird.
From a movie making standpoint, it's a pretty bold move. I'll give him that.
There's some
let's
cool
tell a story because let's just say because obviously I'm British.
Sure.
We had a little bit of a feud with the Germans back in the day. Let's just say that. Let's just put it that way. All right.
I heard that was a thing on a bathroom wall.
I don't hold a grudge if I were to come across a German man or woman today. I wouldn't be like whatever. I don't hold a grudge anymore. However,
very good.
It's still pretty ballsy to be like, hey, let's make a movie from the German perspective of World War One, and try to make some sympathetic characters out of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, and I appreciate this is what over now 100 years ago. This war. So even though this is a pretty big thing in the world history, more people know World War II because that's when the Americans really got involved. But World War One is a big thing. But I appreciate, maybe some people aren't too familiar with its work. Maybe let's put it that way. But it's imagine, and I know this is not exactly apples for apples, but imagine in 90 years time someone tries to make a movie about 9/11, but let's do it from the Taliban's perspective, and let's try to make it like that's a pretty tough sell there, buddy. That's a pretty tough sell. You see what I know? It's again, like I say, it's not apples to apples, but you can see where I'm going to, like, to make it to transfer to the modern times. It's like, really?
Sure.
Why would you do that?
Well, so the director and the writer, whose name is Edward Berger, I believe he wants to tell people like, yo, this was a political thing. Not everybody.
Not everyone. All the troops were bad people. They were just doing what they were told and propaganda and all that.
Doing what they were told. Yeah, I believe all that. However, these folks fucked over a lot of people. So it's again, maybe I'm misinformed about a lot of World War One history. We definitely get a lot of World War II history, but I believe I'm misinformed about too much. There's a lot of it. There is a lot of it. So, anyways, I just so this is on Netflix currently right now. It has been out since October. You should check it out. It is nominated for 9 Academy Awards, including Best International Film. Remember that one. It is for Best Makeup and Hair, Best Musical Score, Best Visual Effects, Best Adapted Screenplay, Cinematography, Production Design. It's God damn it. Anyway, and then it is also recommended for Best Picture. There was a slot I couldn't read because of my.
Wait, you got nominated for Best Picture?
Best Picture and Best International Film. So usually,
how many movies got nominated for Best Picture?
10 out of 10 this year.
So the Academy is claiming there was only 9 movies better than this one this year. Interesting.
They're suggesting, not claiming. They're suggesting that 9 of the movies might be better than this one. But it's what it is. There's a lot of cool visuals in this film, but the story isn't any really different than what we've seen from any other war film. Regardless of whether it's told from the Americans or the French or the Germans or whoever, the message is war is hell.
War is depressing. Yeah.
War can be depressing and disappointing.
Yeah, this
sad,
war. is not all up to what I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be way more fun. This is rather disappointing. Sir, can I speak to your manager, please? This war is
in the
very
first 20
underwhelming.
minutes. These kids think war is going to be fun, and then when they're fucking paddling out water that's going to drown their trench, you know, one of them goes like, "Oh my god, I didn't think this was what this was going to be. This is terrible." And it's like, yeah, it's war, stupid. You didn't know. Better World War One films. Check out. Damn it! It's Robert. Not Robert. I guess Robert Zemeckis had a part in this, but stupid Kush. Anyways, there are better war
so
movies.
Check that out, everyone. Check that movie out.
Yeah, that sucks. You Shall Never Die. You Should Never Be Dead. It was a documentary. Peter Jackson did it. Thank you.
Oh, Peter Jackson, he loves a good war movie.
He made a documentary. He took old war footage. He took old war photos, enhanced, and made it a solid narrative where it's like, oh yeah, we thought it was going to be fun to war, and we thought it'd be fun to sit on a log and take a shit in the trench. Anyway, go check.
Well, I believe he's got a. If I still let me look this up. I'm pretty sure he's still got. So there's a movie called Dam Busters, which is based in World War II. And Peter Jackson has been trying to make a remake of that since 2008, but so far
it's weird that he can't make that, man. He seems to be a wealthy gentleman. He can make that if he wanted to.
He's doing all right.
While you're looking that up, I'm going to say, so Edward Berger is the writer-director. Felix Kramerer stars in this. Albert Schweitzer and Daniel Bruhl is the biggest name you've actually heard in this. It is 2 hours and 28 minutes. Yeah, I had to take a break after 90 minutes. It's a strong 3 out of 5. It's nothing I haven't seen before. Once we get tanks into the thing, yeah, that shit is super violent. But this isn't the best war movie I've ever seen. It's definitely not the best movie I've seen in 2022. It's kind of disappointing that it's on the list of 10.
Yeah, I'm sure
it'll probably take best international picture.
I was gonna say, yeah, and best cinematography or some shit, some award they hand out before the award show actually starts. No one cares about.
I mean, the cinematography was good. The production was good. If I had seen this in the theater, and unfortunately I didn't, I'm sure that shit would have been great. But yeah, I'm going to guess it's going to take best international picture at best.
Well, kudos. So there you go. Netflix, available on Netflix now. All Quiet on the Western Front. If you have 150 minutes to kill, why not? Check it out.
It's a hard 150 minutes too. It's just, yeah, it's a slog.
52 things to do instead of drinking. Number 52. Watch All Quiet on the Western Front on Netflix.
There you go.
Actually, talking about a throwback to that, with all the bad things that were on there, I mean, I guess it didn't want to. Well, no, I was going to say it didn't just want to assume you had a partner or it played games with your child as one of the. I'm surprised out of the 50 things, hey, masturbate or bang your partner is not one of them.
Masturbation should be at the top of that list.
There you go. Because that I must have not good. That's a good boredom killer. If I'll be honest. Anyway, right, we just spoke about World War One. It's now time to make ourselves feel good again. Ooh, let's lighten up the mood. Woo! Let's bring back all the warm and fuzzy feels in our soul with this week's feel good story of the week.
fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This week's Feel Good story takes us all the way back to the beginning of the story in 2016. So Laura Carney found, along with her brother, not mentioned in the story other than her brother, found a piece of paper that was written by her late father. Quote, things I would like to do in my lifetime. So basically, she found her dad's bucket list. Nice. Apparently, he started putting this together in 1978, even though he only just died in 2015. So it's a bit morbid, but whatever. Especially, so Mick, unfortunately, her father, was killed by a distracted driver. So it was an accident. It wasn't expected. So the fact that he started putting his bucket list together 26 years before he died is a bit weird, but, whatever. I'm not going to judge. So anyway, so as soon as she saw this list, she knew that she needed to finish it. Her father wrote down 60 things that he wanted to do and had crossed off 5 of them. It took Laura...
Wow. Only 5?
I know, right?
5.
He spent too much time writing the list than actually doing the things on the list, quite frankly.
Son of a bitch.
Like, there are 60 things on their bucket list. Who do you think you are? Anyway. So it took Laura 6 years to complete the rest of the list, finishing the final task, which was record 5 songs in a studio. Very specific, Mick.
So
he thought his life would be meaningless if he recorded 4 songs. He had to record 5. I guess it has to be an EP.
He had to record 5 songs. Okay.
Anyway, so she did that on December 27th. Hopefully they were Christmas songs. Some of the items were easy, like, quote, grow a watermelon. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I'll be honest. 1, record a song in a studio. You can just pay for that, pay for studio time. It's pretty easy. If someone said, hey, Mike, grow a watermelon, I'd be like, what the fuck? What? Where? How? Does it have to be the right kind of climate, the right time of year? I don't know. What the fuck? Also, who has grow a watermelon on their bucket list?
Who does have that on the list? Apparently this guy, but still, like that's the thing that you could try for 20 years in a row, but it's not hard. It's just time consuming.
I don't want to make light of this, but I think this is almost like a callback to the first story we spoke about, where I think he had, like, I want 60 things on my bucket list. Mm-hmm. And then he started, because record 5 songs in a studio. One of them, talk with a president. So he started off strong. I want to have a conversation with a US president. And he worked his way down to grow a watermelon. Anyway. But she even did that.
Every 5th day is also an option, but shit.
Yeah. So she flew her and her husband to Georgia and met Jimmy Carter at his church. Bit stalkerish, but whatever. She also traveled to several destinations her father wanted to see, including Vienna and Las Vegas. Carney told the New York Post that she quote, knew my dad was with me, and she now has a better understanding of him and herself. Quote, until I found the list, I thought I was more like my mum. Quote, she said, as I did the list, these parts of me would emerge that were very much like him. All jokes aside, what a wonderful story. A daughter finishing her father's bucket list. But I will be honest, it is a little bit of a weird bucket list. Talk to a president, grow a watermelon. Sure.
people have weird desires. I am dealing with that myself right now in a third person point of view. It was like, you've never been a cook. Stop talking about you have a recipe for everything. And I'm like, but no, I have a recipe for this. I was like, you've never been known for cooking. So stop saying like it's your recipe and just say like, hey, I would like to cook this thing.
Cook it.
And then cook it. Just cook it.
Just cook it.
It doesn't happen.
Grow a watermelon before it's too late.
The binder is about this thick. I'm not being hyperbolic. There's a binder in my house about this thick, full of recipes.
For those listening, it looks. I'm going to judge it's going to be around about 2.5 to 3 inches thick.
It's about 200 recipes that were just printed out from the internet. Almost none of them have been ever cooked. And it's just like, stop that shit.
We'll cook one. However, cook one this week and update us next week. Next week, all right. New segment.
I keep daring my mother to do this, but still.
Wait, your mother has to do it? I thought it was you.
It's her recipe.
Oh, so it's her recipe.
Her words.
I thought it was okay. Sorry. Okay. All right. Well, you need to peer pressure your mother and then update us next week. You're going to update us which recipe she cooked, and you're going to help her.
I would rather she just didn't. Oh, she could just not do this. She's never been a cook.
Or you could be like, okay, Uber Eat 20 recipes.
I go to Uber Eats, but still.
Grubhub, whatever. There's other delivery services available.
But still.
Hashtag
we
not
could
sponsor.
just go to Lucky's too. We could just go to the grocery store. It'd be fine.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Hashtag grow watermelon. So yeah. On that note, everyone, hey, love your parents and make sure they grow a watermelon before they die. Even if they like, what the fuck? I don't want to grow a watermelon. Shut up, Dad. Just do this with me. Grow a watermelon.
You don't have the soil for a watermelon, but okay, Mike Fish, go ahead.
Whatever, just find it and then put it and then stare at that seed and you put it in there and just stare at it so hard. Just look at this. Grow you fucking watermelon. You'll thank me before you die. On your deathbed, you'll be like, thank you, son, for forcing me to grow this watermelon. It all makes sense. Did you listen to Waffle Box episode 85? Bet you didn't. Anyway, there you go. On that note, Kush, hey!
It's me.
Have you got a new episode of Microdose coming up this Friday?
New episode of Microdose coming out this Friday with Bill Siebold. He's from the podcast Too Much CGI. We have a good time talking. It's a little over 30 minutes. You're going to have a good time. And yeah, man, that's what's going on the Bosnet.family. Besides new episodes of the Waffle Box, the best part of Wednesdays, you accept no substitutes.
Never. Beautiful. So check that out. Go to bosnet.family on the old internet machines, or if you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that good stuff, just search for Microdose. Make sure you follow us on all the socials at WaffleboxPod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Those are still things, and hopefully, unless our new alien overlords that have been traveling into this country via balloon have taken us over, we'll be back next week for episode 86, because that's how mathematics work. I am at Only Mike Fish. He is at Kush_Hayes. And until next week, take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.